Well, hey kids, welcome back to Smith Motorworks. Sneaking around back here in the junkyard section of the Smith Motorworks Fantasy Land, and taking a look at what's going on with the bones of a old Corvair I got here. Might use a piece or two off of it on my next project. But the reason for today's episode is we're going up north to a place called Auburn, Indiana. I'm telling you, there's nothing like it, and I mean that. It's a really, really cool location because several museums there. The ones we're going to check out today is the ACD Museum. Auburn was the home of the Auburn Automobile and the headquarters for the ACD Corporation, which was Auburn Cord Duesenberg, and those are some pretty legendary cars. I'm telling you, the collection they have is out of this world. I mean, Duesenbergs are $1 million cars all day long, and they've got a whole bunch of them, plus the other makes they have, and even a whole bunch of other Indiana-made cars there. But the biggest thing I think that's unique about it is the building is an architectural masterpiece. It's the showroom, like sales floor, more or less, for when they're selling these cars to big-time movie stars and entertainers of the day. Your Clark Gables and Al Jolson and gangsters like Al Capone and such. Those kind of guys had the money to buy those cars, and they surely did. So we're going to head on up there and check it out. See you in a few. Here we go. Auburn, Indiana, the original home of the ACD Corporation. Beautiful building inside and out. Just check that out. Big high ceilings, chandeliers. I mean, it's amazing that they were able to keep all this stuff. I can't believe it didn't get knocked down. I mean, it's something else. Well, there you go. That's what they're known for. The magnificent Cord front-wheel drive, designed by Gordon Burig. Pretty beautiful. Here we got some definitely Art Deco era paint scheme. Pretty sharp. Definitely something you don't see anymore. I mean, two-tone green with yellow wheels. That's pretty crazy, but it looks right, don't it? A little bit more of the environment that you're in. I mean, it's just so much to see. You gotta take it in. I mean, imagine, coming in here. This is definitely the 1%ers for sure that are able to afford these kind of cars. But they cater to that, and look, the floor. I mean, the tiles. It's visual overload. Got a pretty neat display here of the power plants and some of the cars. And the kind of semi-automatic shifters that they had there. I mean, looks pretty crazy, but I think that's a Bendix unit, the brake guys, but they had it worked out. You can kind of pre-select the gear, and when you push the clutch in, it upshifted. This right here is pretty awesome because to me it's kind of ahead of its time with all the copper plating. There's you see a lot of the shopper craze bikes from the 90s, and even today, where they're putting copper on stuff. And I'm not sure the story behind that, but they basically placed the chrome and stainless with copper on the car. Here's the same car with the headlights deployed. Kind of breaks up the lines of it, but definitely pretty clever. And if you look at cars of the day, you see the kind of the pod there, the headlight, and it's like a crank. I mean, it's like a window in a house or something like that underneath the dash. You're cranking those things in and out. But pretty darn cool, I think. The idea of that, and then get a little vestibule, entry, whatever you want to call that, where you come in. It's almost looks like a bank or something. I think that was part of it. Here's a bare frame kind of showing the construction of these cars. Definitely definitely pretty rugged. I mean, it's antique by today's standards, but it's more like a truck than anything else. But definitely, if you look at that, I mean, they're built to last and kind of eliminate vibration. If you look at like a Model A, Model T frame or something from the era, you could probably bend it if you stood on it when it wasn't bolted together, and that's not a dig at all. I mean, it was built for a purpose, and it's the same for a Chevrolet or a Plymouth from the era. But these cars are, you can see where the money went. I mean, they did what they could to make it smooth, quiet, fast. Another look at that crazy color combination on that thing, two-tone green and yellow. Just a beautiful car back here. I mean, front-wheel drive. What do you call that, a dreamsicle or something? Orange and cream color there. It's just it's outlandish by today's standards, but for the times, it's kind of shows that you were a person of importance, and it's crazy, for the size of these cars. I mean, they're pretty big. I mean, they're SUV size, and the passenger compartment is just tiny. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, you're shoulder to shoulder with the passenger. Yeah, you kind of see the opulence there. Look at the floor tiles, and just all the big glass letting the natural light in. Just a beautiful display area for these vehicles. With most museums, they're kind of a glorified pole barn. Even the really good ones are. And this is unique. So I would say if you're got some little bit of interest in architecture, come and check this out, because it's really beautiful. It's a whole package. I mean, check out those hood louvers on that thing. They're kind of descending in size toward the front, and kind of arced to match the side mount tires on there. I mean, that's absolutely not necessary, but it's that's the era of when you styled things just because you could. We don't tend to do that anymore. I mean, it's definitely form follows function, and I think we lost a little with that. I mean, they've got all these cases that you've seen me kind of walk past. Kind of focused on that one a little bit, but it's hood ornaments or hood mascots, depending on how you want to describe them. Definitely something that was a big part of the identity of the car. They've got displays kind of going through the years to show you what's going on. It's not their makes; it's all makes. But there's another case right here where they're kind of setting out. Some are even aftermarket, because people would you want to, maybe you had a lesser car, or maybe you wanted to. Definitely from the high-end cars. I mean, they had some crystal ones. I mean, genuine crystal. Big money stuff that they put on there. But they're miniature sculptures. They're pretty beautiful in their own right. That's why they have them displayed here. But and kind of here we go. Check this out with the kind of drum headlamps and. A little more kind of subdued colors on that car, but still pretty striking, very striking. 27. So it seems like the opposite is true. I mean, I had read that kind of muted colors are what is the norm in hard economic times, and bright colors are what is popular. For cars, at least, in times of success and profitability. It seems like the opposite happened in the Depression. They were desperate to sell cars, so they came out with those crazy colors like that dreamsicle cord in the background, and some of the crazy two-tone green with yellow wheels stuff that we saw earlier. It's like, well, we want we need a fishing lure, but I mean, this thing, I don't know if you could say, you know, the old saying that, oh, it looks like it's moving fast when it's standing still. This is a perfect example of that. I mean, look at that thing, black, red guts. You know, it's, you know, that's definitely coming back. You know, you see a lot of German cars with the oxblood interior, kind of very similar to this, but you know, get the side pipes coming out. I mean, it just looks fast. I mean, fast by today's standards, probably not, but back then, it's like, holy cow, look at what that guy's got. But yeah, you know, the ripple bumper there, you know, that's pretty sharp. Style everything if you can. That was kind of the mantra I would say back in those days. Get a new section back here. It's been a while since I've been here, and they changed quite a bit. And got a little theater set up here. Talking about I think the company in general. What is this thing? Dodge Brothers or something? Yeah. I think I just got it there because it's a cool little car. But you know, start getting into, you know, E.L. Cord and, you know, what he did. Some Petroliana there. They kind of tying it all together, and it's, you know, cars are a cultural thing, and you know, they do a really good job in this museum of kind of showing you, you know, it wasn't just, you know, the product or the machine or whatever. It was you know, how it affected people's lives. I mean, look at this thing. Holy cow. I mean, that's the pinnacle, right? You watch the auctions on TV and see these cars run across the block. I mean, there's one of the ones that would break records right there. Probably not going to change hands anytime soon, but a lot of stuff about you know, E.O. Cord, the industrialist. I mean, he had his hands in a lot of things like a lot of those guys did back in those days. Definitely kind of a guy from, you know, humble beginnings that, you know, rags to riches sort of story is what I know. Could be wrong about that, but seems like I think he was more or less a car salesman, car customizer. Kind of basically went into dealerships and kind of say, hey, I can make you a special edition and we can sell it. And you know, that's true today. You know, like, they have a local edition, you know, special package or something, and people want it. And he was the master of doing that, and worked for several different companies, and, you know, saved his money and moved on out. Yeah, there's a car you might not have heard of, Moon. I think it's might be out of Kansas, maybe. Another, you know, 810, 812, not sure. You know, that family of car, beautiful machine. The last time I went here, this was kind of a undeveloped area, and it was kind of like the racing setup that they had for setting up the race cars. There's a couple slabs in the floor where they had ground flat, and they used for taking measurements. I think we'll see a couple of them coming up here. Yeah, this might be one of them. Do a really good job of kind of explaining what you're looking at, and I think that's what some museums lack. You know, they set something cool. Yeah, this is one of the slabs I was talking about. I mean, I think this is where they roll the race car in there and, you know, took measurements off of it, and, you know, basically made sure it was, you know, set up to whatever position they wanted on the track. I think there's one toward the front too that we'll pass here in a minute, but they've really slicked this place, this area up. You know, more the 810, 812 family there. Definitely, you know, Cord was into aviation. I don't know the whole story of that. I know
think Lycoming, he might have been one of his home holdings or something like that. But one of the aircraft engine companies that also made automotive engines for a while. Ended up in the cars, and I think that plane was a Stinson, maybe, I'm not sure, but he saw the kind of vertical integration advantage to getting some of the similar industries together and being able to cut costs. Because if you're making a piston, you can make a piston for whatever, whether it be a lawnmower or a big marine diesel or something. I'm kind of stretching it a little bit there, but Stinson, it's a Stinson aircraft. I don't remember what the connection is, but here you go. Check this thing out. Look at the colors on that. Just beautiful. Yeah. Not a big fan of the stone guards on the grills. I think it kind of junks it up a little bit. But, hey, everybody's got an opinion, right? I didn't know this till I came here. It looks like he was in the taxi cab business, too. Not sure what his total involvement was, but, checker cab right there. I think it was Morris Markin or something like that. But, if you think of checker cab, you think of the last ones that were in every freaking movie ever and TV show, even years after they stopped making them. But and they made several other versions before that. So looks like Mr. Cord, kind of had some influence on that too, which is cool. And I'm telling you, I'm not totally surprised. Yeah, I mean, we walked right past it, but I mean, look at that polished plate right there, or polished slab right there. I think that was another setup area for a race car. But let's move on up into the second story of this building. It's a pretty big place. I think customers came in on the ground floor and shopped the cars, and I don't know if they went upstairs to make deals or what, but they've pretty much kind of protected everything here. And there's administrative offices for the people that run the museum and all that. But I mean, look at all that. I mean, look at the railings and the stairs. I mean, it's just amazing. There's a kind of an unusual surprise up on this floor. There's a little bit of an art gallery to where they've got some of the artwork that employees made, some of these sketches that you're seeing here, and then they go into some contemporary stuff or later stuff, at least, that aficionados or admirers of the brand have made. So you can see some more mascots, hood ornaments, what do you want to say, airplanes, animals, goddesses and gods, whatever, just something that contributes to the car, whatever. I think that may be the Rolls-Royce logo there. I'm not sure why that's here, but pretty cool, big bronze piece. But too, you kind of get a balcony view back over where we came from, where you see that the little Dodge Brothers and the slab where the Model J was, and the setup slab and the little theater and all that. That's where we were a few minutes ago, and E.O. Cord's motorcycle and things like that. But it's a really cool building architecturally. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in here or not. I don't care. I'm gonna check it out. Looks like they're having a meeting. Whoops. But ducked in here. But there's a kind of an event center also on this floor, and definitely got it decorated really well. It feels really comfortable being in here. This is a crazy little car, little Boatstale Speedster here. I think it's a French car, maybe. Metallurgique. Yeah. Sounds French, right? Belgium. Okay. Well, they're kind of. I think that's an official language there. I don't know. I don't remember. But interesting looking, and probably, I doubt there's many of those left, but they got one. Hey, look at that old water fountain, man. I bet that was there when the company was open. Now we are in a really cool little room off to the side here. This is kind of the engineering room. I mean, there's Hall of Technology, I think that's what it's called. They've got engines on stands with little kind of description cards as to what's going on. Cutaways. Check this out. They get the head off of this thing. So it was the accounting department, I guess, at one time. Like I said, this was the headquarters in the sales department, but a little bit different than your flathead Ford V8 if you've ever seen one taken apart. Don't know if it's better or not, but they kind of got the valves kind of moving sideways into the head there, so possibly it's a better combustion chamber design. I do not know, but this is what's cool. I mean, the 2-speed differential here. Unfortunately, I wanted to play with this thing. They got it set up to where you can, but I'm goofing around with it here, as you can see, because I'm dying to watch it work. But it's unplugged, man. I mean, I figured that out a little too late. Whoops. Okay. I should have plugged it in, but I want to be a good person here. But check this out. Kind of see the whole setup here, with the kind of Harry Miller inspired front drive. If you don't know who he is, there's your homework. Go check out Harry Miller. Get some cutaway carburetor stuff here, and it's a little techy, but they have it kind of explained to where if you don't know anything, at least you can kind of walk away and say, oh yeah, I understand it a little better. At least I know what those terms mean. So they do a good job here. Get some crazy stuff that I never thought I'd see, like this big monster here, this U-16. I think it's like a military contract or something. It's pretty much 2 straight 8s with a common crankcase. Not totally unusual to do some freaky stuff like that where they bonded a bunch of stuff together. But I don't think it went anywhere. I think they built a bunch of them and didn't get bought, so something like that. There's a poster on the wall, but yeah, check this thing out with the crazy spark plug location there. Yeah, big narrow angle B-type engine there. Don't remember what it's for, but hey, it's all explained. It's not a mystery. You can turn around like I just did and find out what's going on. But Mr. Rickenbacker, former owner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, if you didn't know that, look at that thing. I mean, if that's not a hot rod, I don't know what is. Pretty tough looking. The Duesenberg V16 aircraft engine. So don't know if that flew or not, but they definitely were the guys that meant speed back in those days. People went to them to find out how to make anything go fast. I love that green. That's kind of their color. Like Chevy orange or Hemi orange or Ford blue or whatever.
Hey, well, how about that one? I think it's pretty cool. That's the end of part one. We're going to do part two coming up. Be sure and check it out. It got so long, and I was trying to cover everything. There's just so much to see, and I just touched the surface of what's up there. So, hope you liked it, and hope you're right along for next time. When we'll catch the tail end of that and look at some more stuff that they've got hidden in and around there. Like I said, their collection's immense, and they rotate it quite a bit. So, not a lot of money. If you're in the neighborhood, go check it out, and we'll see you next time on Smith Motorworks. Thanks. Hey, don't forget, remember to do that homework. Like, subscribe, share, and please leave a comment. I love to read them, and I respond to everything I get. So definitely, if you got something to say, got a request, you want to correct me on something, because hey, I'm not perfect, and we'll add it to the list and get it out there so other people can see that information as well. Appreciate it, and thanks for watching once again. We'll see you next time.